Here is another epic video, the OKTV Today YouTube channel. In this episode you can get to learn and get to see how to deal with bullies. Let's proceed. George Iceman Chambers is later imprisoned after being falsely accused of possessing cocaine. He encounters a series of unlawful full-contact mixed martial arts contests dominated by convict Yuri Boyka. After Stephen, George's cellmate, learns that the world's most renowned boxer has arrived at the prison, Boyka's cronies start harassing him. In the very first demonstration of his martial arts prowess in the prison, Chamber wipes them down one by one when he discovers them harassing Stevens, drawing the notice of his soon-to-be bitter rival Boyka. Chambers' protection against the bullies is much appreciated by Stephen.
Hey, so I'm gonna have to tell your mom. Great. What'd you say?
Power block is on. Can I get some help?
Hey guys.
Damn, Coach, wow.
I think my brother not be a freak again. Anything this weekend? Oh. Katrina or Rihanna waving at you? Should I roll with?
Hey, next time, man.
Freshman sit on the floor.
What the f*** are you?
Me?
Now get up. My friends are...
Move.
Let's go. I washed your face.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry you guys had to deal with that. Come sit with us. This is Connor and Eddie.
When Eddie leaves him off at school, he confronts his mother's lover. Eddie and Connor later reunite at the pep rally, where Koosh is taken aback to see that Katrina, the popular girl, is waving at the lads. When she had jumped intoxicated during the party and thought it was a cab, the two had previously aided her. On behalf of Connor and Eddie, Katrina confronts the bullies during the pep rally. She later apologizes and expresses gratitude for their tact and consideration during the prior party.
Come sit with us. This is Connor and Eddie.
Don't, man. You think it's coincidence that man's my boys? Who's my boys? Yo, that's what I'm gonna find him, I'm gonna funk up. No, I'm talking. I'm stopping us from funking up your GB friend. You have one brother and that ain't you. Cool, so if you're with man, show me where Killy lives then. Dude, man, you're a snake.
Pretty stupid.
What the fuck are you talking? Okay, so you two finally fuck now, yeah? Let's go.
Timmy discovers Marco explaining what transpired to Dwayne and Hakeem. Marco accuses Timmy of being responsible for what transpired since he asked Timmy for assistance, even though Timmy feels horrible and promises to reprimand Killy. However, Marco discovers that Timmy was with Leah and that they are now together. Up until Marco refers to Leah as a hoe, Timmy attempts to act like a larger guy and leave. He smacks her when she shoves him, and Timmy strikes Marco in the face. It's official now that their friendship is finished. 2019 saw the release of the British musical crime drama Blue Story. The plot centers on best friends Marco, Ward and Timmy, Odubola, who come from opposite parts of London. Deptford and Peckham and wind themselves at odds in a nasty postcode war.
Pretty stupid.
Why the fuck are you talking? Okay, so you two finally fuck now, yeah? Let's go.
How you going?
Hello?
Your daughter Tyler? Lillian, my daughter.
How did you get my address? Do you think you scared me or something coming around? I'm gonna call my brother.
I know.
Don't be a dickhead.
Who is it?
Daddy, run.
You, Ray Shoesmith?
I don't answer questions.
Name of Petra Jenkins.
I don't answer questions.
We'll come back later.
You Taylor?
What?
Nothing. You bother bringing again, I'm gonna rip your head off.
Ray, seeking to maintain matters between the parents, speaks with Taylor's mother, Petra, who quickly claims Taylor is bullying Britt. In reality, she believes Ray is harassing her and threatens to call her brother a cop. When cops arrive at Ray's porch while he is preparing a lunch for his daughter Brittany, he directs her to her room. Ray fixes issues, but under no circumstances does he answer questions. Ray fixes issues, but he never answers questions. He says, "I don't answer questions," to all inquiries made by cops. Now that Ray has plainly failed to reach Petra, he sends Samantha, who choked him out in the last episode, to see Taylor. As a result, Britt will most likely no longer be concerned about Taylor. This concludes episode 2 of season 2, in which Ray deals with his daughter being tormented by a classmate. Ray is able to use Sam to intimidate his daughter's bully into leaving her alone.
I brought you these. All those formulas are copyrighted, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I have a very busy day, so what?
As we're neighbors, intruding on your territory, I don't think so. Supposed to be for chamber customers.
And pay the rent on time. Oh.
Okay. I had a silent partner.
We're trying to run a business too. This is not.
Have I not been a good tenant?
Now, we need the money.
Okay, listen, things are about to blow up. Right? Just for you. Gotta kick this angel guy out, all right?
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right, but it's not my fault.
Oh?
No,
Hope is entirely self-made. Hope committed herself completely into her venture following her messy divorce from her husband, and today, with the help of her public relations representative, she owns the most luxurious skincare studio in Hollywood. Hope finds out that another beauty clinic will open right next to hers after filming a piece for the Brett and Kylie show to promote the imminent debut of her skincare brand. To make matters worse, Angel Vergara, the business's owner, requests her not to park in her typical position for his patrons. With the present intended for her new rival, Hope rushes out the door and gives it to her landlord instead, who has noted that Hope's business has suffered and that she has not paid her rent arrears on time. She assures him that she will have vacated by Monday or Tuesday and that she has been a nice renter. Hope is back in her studio working with her regular customer, Colleen, who also happens to be a young acquaintance of Hope's named Jordan Weaver, who happens to be a self-proclaimed life coach. Skincare is an American thriller movie from 2024. In the movie, Hope Goldman, Banks, a well-known esthetician in Los Angeles, suspects rival esthetician Angel Vergara, Mendes, who establishes a store right next to hers, of monitoring and bullying her.
yeah, that's right, but it's not my fault.
Oh?
No,
150 store.
150. I'm gonna go over there, man.
Oh, I swear. Honestly, I had to feature Mrs. at the cannon. Look at these two things.
Oh, hey, Timmy. Hey, King.
You little youngers didn't see me and my boy coming to talk to you. No, I'm not going nowhere.
Excuse me, but these are our friends. Someone's got to go. It's you guys.
Why is it moved from her, man? Do you know who I am? Yeah. Get up, boy, yeah? No.
Timmy, run!
Hey, yo, move from my boy. We this little prick up first. Then I went up this little switcher's little brother. I didn't know, fam. Does your brother know? He just lives in the area. You don't even know any yet. Ask your brother. But that's my boy, innit? Sure, man, it's not worth it, bro. Calm down.
The men hang out in the mall after school, when they run across Leah and Cheyenne once more. Two Peckham males, Skitzer, Sean Sager and Big T, two Wayne Barrett, who had their sights set on the girls, torment Timmy as he approaches her. They retreat when Marco intervenes to protect Timmy since they are aware that Marco's brother Switcher, Eric Kofi Abreva, is a Peckham gang leader. The two of them head home together, but not before stopping by a store. An old acquaintance, Karan, now known as Killy, Carly Best, approaches Timmy. When one of Killy's friends attempts to bother Marco, Timmy gets in the way. After that, Marco and Timmy head home, where his mother prepares their meal. Marco returns home to spend time with Switcher, but not before learning about the impending altercation with the Deptford gang.
Sure, man, it's not worth it, bro. Calm down.
I think this is cool. Because Chauncey has a crush on you. It's the...
Please.
It's just a prank.
buddy clowns me.
You help me find my kitty. She ran...
No, please. I didn't mean to.
They'll lock us up for this.
I saw Chauncey do it.
Chauncey did it.
You don't pay for it. I can't stand this.
A group of 13-year-old neighborhood youngsters plan to pull a practical joke on Chauncey, a young man who happens to stammer, stutter, whatever you may call it. He doesn't seem like a nasty child, but he seems lovely and has a thing on Lisa, who is probably not interested. But she and the others resolve to give him the shock of his life, and as a result, one of the children is killed. They all throw fingers at Chauncey even though he was the one who pushed them, and he disappears for 4 years. What actually transpired was not his wish, but rather a consequence of hanging out with the wrong clique. To make the matter worse, one of them was seen telling him that he should pay for what he did right before he was taken away. In his first directing gig, Dallas Jackson helmed the 2018 American horror flick, Thriller. Writers Jackson and Ken Rance wrote the screenplay. Michelle Edwards, Pepe Sanuga, Maestro Herrell, RZA, Jessica Alane, Taquan Richmond, Chelsea Rendon, and Michael T. Williamson are among its cast members. Thriller tells the story of an enraged killer who terrorizes a group of South Central LA students during homecoming weekend, years after a childhood practical joke goes terribly wrong. The killer is obsessed with getting even. In an attempt to start again, 12-year-old Dre Parker, Jaden Smith and his mother Sherry, Taraji P. Henson go from West Detroit to Beijing. Dre falls in love with Mei Ying, Wen Han, a teenage violinist, who returns the favor.
Me too.
However, Cheng, Zhenwei Wang, a kung fu expert whose family is connected to Mei Ying's, tries to keep them apart by hitting Dre and then tormenting and embarrassing him in and around school. When Cheng and his cronies give Dre a particularly severe beating, the mysterious Mr. Han, Jackie Chan, the building's maintenance worker, appears to save him. He reveals himself to be a kung fu expert and skillfully eliminates Dre's tormentors.
Fast? No. 不能软弱，不能痛苦。走开。
They visit Cheng's instructor, Master Li, Yu Rongguang, in an effort to broker a peace agreement after Han uses fire cupping to treat Dre's wounds. However, the ruthless Li, who instills in his students the belief that no one should ever show pity to their adversaries, dares Dre to a duel with Cheng. Li threatens Han when he says no, stating that they won't be able to leave his school unless Dre or Han get into a fight.
Close your eyes. So you are Java, ancient China.
Beat each other up.
Han agrees, but demands that Li's pupils leave Dre alone until the event, and that the battle occur at a future tournament. Li concurs with amusement. Han begins training Dre, but Dre is frustrated that Han merely has Dre spend hours taking off his jacket, hanging it up, dropping it, and then putting it back on again. After days of this, Dre refuses to continue, until Han demonstrates to him that the repetitive arm movements in question were Han's method of teaching Dre defensive block and strike techniques, which Dre is now able to display instinctively when prompted by Han's mock attacks. Han emphasizes that the movements Dre is learning apply to life in general, and that serenity and maturity, not punches and power, are the true keys to mastering the martial arts. That is just how Dre went on to become the greatest kung fu fighter of all time. Looking at modern-day criticism of the film that debuted more than a decade ago, it's still one of the films that people constantly talk about. In fact, the Karate Kid franchise will be dropping a sequel in 2024 due to public demand. Karate Kid's 2010 subreddit had some positive criticism, to note quite a few. Mushrooms noted in caps quote-unquote the Karate Kid 2010 is a good movie, not only that Mushrooms went ahead noting that. The only problem is it takes way too much from the original, sometimes not even bothering to change dialogue. But honestly, there's some things it does better than the original. The fights are better. The musical score is awesome. The setting is more interesting. And I know this isn't saying much, but it's by far Jaden's best acting performance. I just think a lot of people hate it because it's not the original. But it's legitimately a good movie. You can like both. He concluded. Minimum_virus_3837 quickly pointed out, quote unquote, I thought it was good too. Call it the Kung Fu Kid and it likely gets a better reaction from at least some of the public. Jackie Chan makes for a great mentor figure, and I liked how he tied in the philosophy of Kung Fu being how you live your life to their version of learning to fight via chores. Made it feel more meaningful than in the original in my opinion, or maybe it was just because it was coming from Jackie Chan lol. Difficult_ad_962 also contributed by saying, and I quote, honestly I only watched it because I was at the peak of my Justin Bieber phase and I heard he had a song on the soundtrack, Never Say Never, and I really liked the movie because of the song and also Jackie Chan, but why is it called Karate Kid when he's learning Kung Fu? Now the sequel, Karate Kid 2024, has already garnered more enough criticism even before its release later in the year. Zealous Ideal Heart 437 expressed his confusion, quote, I'm confused about the new 2024 Karate Kid movie. I was always under the assumption that the 2010 Karate Kid remake was non-canon to the Karate Kid 1984 trilogy and Cobra Kai, but now Daniel, who's from that same universe, is starring in a movie with Mr. Hands in a separate universe, is also in it. I know they said the movie isn't related to that franchise, but then why have a character who isn't? I don't even know how to explain. End of quote. Altruistic Turn 6228 gave the movie some benefit of doubt, pointing out, quote unquote, in my personal opinion, I believe this promotional video was for marketing purposes only. I believe he will not be part of the Miyagi-verse, but the figures of both Ralph Macchio and Jackie are important to the Karate Kid universe. Whether they are united or separated, their presence is crucial in choosing the new face that will star in this film. Historical Oil 4052 added, quote, you were right to assume, because it wasn't canon, until now it seems. Looks like they're going to combine the two into the same universe. But I doubt, and hope that the movie doesn't interfere with Season 6. I also don't think Ralph would get on board with the movie if it meant spending less time on Season 6, so I have some hope things will turn out okay canon-wise. End of quote. Long Translator 1602 remarked, quote unquote, with all the hype around Cobra Kai you would figure that would be the perfect time to capitalize on another project Karate Kid related. Hope this one is somewhat different than the traditional Karate Kids. To sum it up, Lobo_Locos expressed his thought as well. He wrote, quote, this is really simple. Money. If they can take 2010 and somehow connect it to the original and the current show, then there is the new movie. If you like this video, make sure to check out the OKTV Today's YouTube channel, where we have hundreds of videos like this. If you want to see our newest episode, make sure you subscribe to get notification.